women.
My issue with anti-DEI discourse is that the starting point is extremely racist.
3% of the UK population are black, and 8.1% of TV characters on screen are black. Is the assumption then that black people are just 2.5 times better? Maybe.
You have to talk about your own experience. I have to talk about my own experience.
I'm talking about facts.
No,
I'm talking about 2.5 times.
No. What you've done is you've highlighted...
Some black people are there, not necessarily because of talent. And the proof of that is the percentages. Unless black people are just better.
But some white people have been given opportunities without...
20, 30 years ago, yes.
I mean, let's talk about... Well, no, you can't say that.
But I can because of the stats.
No, maybe they're just the best.
Right, well then I agree with you. And let's all scrap the policies then. Let's go around to the audio production. Let's go to the TV, scrap the policies.
Andrew, you're being facetious now. But you say that from a place of privilege. Because...
Well, hang on, but you're the Sky Sports presenter, and I'm not allowed to sign things in bookshops.
Well, I've earned it.
We both earned it, but
Right.
you got the job, and I didn't, and I had to do all this myself, and that's because of our skin color. So, and yet you're calling me the privileged one.
I think it's very racist to assume that. I'm definitely against. You know, I don't want anyone to give me a job because of a quota.
Let's get rid of the quotas now.
Listen, I would be worried about that because I don't trust that we live in a world where we have eliminated casual racism, casual supremacy. I think a lot of the white people who level the accusation at me, despite all of my qualifications, and say that I'm only in the job because I'm black, are speaking down to me from a place of white supracy.
I feel like you're clouded by your individual unfair treatment by people, and you're applying it across the board.
But I know
you can. But you think that, and I think that. But I have the stats to prove it. I have the stats to show that white people are underrepresented now, and black people are overrepresented on TV, and you don't have that.
But okay, but as I said, we don't know that's because they're just very, very. There's an overrepresentation of very talented people in those industries. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to. You know, I don't want to.
We're going in circles.
We're going in circles, but I think you're giving way too much power to this overrepresentation point. And ultimately, when I see overrepresentation, unless I can actually prove that there is a exclusion of a certain group of people, I just assume that those people are very, very good at what they do.
Okay, so that was Njgtv, and she just said if she sees a group of people, she's going to assume they are the best at what they do, but she doesn't do that though, does she? Njgtv hits out at the concerning lack of diversity in the England women's team. Okay, this is the team she has a problem with, but does she have a problem with this or this? Probably not. She's only got a problem with this, and she calls him the racist, which is kind of ironic. Now, both teams are lacking diversity by the definition, which says the practice or quality of including or involving people from a range of different social and ethnic backgrounds. And these are the articles that I see when things like this happen. Women's Euros 2022 all-white England lineup reignites debate on lack of diversity in elite girls and women's football. You just couldn't make it up, can you? Anyway, to summarise her whole argument, basically when it's underrepresentation, it's structural racism. When it's overrepresentation, it's merit. Completely delusional, completely out of touch with reality, and she contradicted herself on so many levels. Anyway, go check that out.
Should trans women be able to play in women's sports?
Oh, wow. You hit me with that one.
Yeah.
Look, I think I'm a big advocate that everybody should have access to sport. A big advocate. Because I know what football has done for my life. In terms of, it's given me everything. Like, it's given me the ability to travel. I've climbed socioeconomically. You know, my mom came to this country as a Nigerian middle-class woman who had to start from the bottom. Right?
Amazing.
Like she she was a cleaner and she worked for the NHS. No one cared that she was middle class in Nigeria. She had to start from the bottom as an immigrant. And she worked her...
Have you treated her well?
Yes.
I bet
you know, I'm very close to my mom.
Good.
But I think to that point, she had to work harder than others too. Right?
Sure.
So everything that we've got is as a result of hard work.
What about
right?
trans women in sports?
No. Sorry. So yeah, sorry. I digressed a little bit, but because of what football has done for me, I want that for everybody. And I don't care that if you identify as, you know, a man or a woman, if you want to play football and play sport.
This is a politician's answer.
No, it's not.
So men
I genuinely,
who still have willies can say, I want to play, I'm not getting in the team at Burnley or Chelsea or Tottenham. I don't know why Burnley came to mind, but but I actually identify as a woman now. They're going to take the place of an actual woman.
Well, this take the place argument, I mean,
well, there were in America. There were loads of people who lost scholarships because, like swimming scholarships, for example, because Leah Thomas.
I think it's tough. I think in individual sports. Obviously, I work in team sports, but the take the place argument. There's always going to be a limited amount of people, and a lot of people that don't get that spot. So you shouldn't pick on someone who's trans just because, you know, they have taken someone else's spot. That's just sport, right?
You just can't get a straight answer out of her, can you? Like, she's obviously, I'm telling you now, she's controlled by the people above. They're telling her what to say and what not to say. She's basically towing the line, obviously. That's what I noticed with a lot of these people in certain positions. They just say what they're told to say. That's why they all agree on the same stuff. They all agree on diversity hire. They all agree with feminism. And I'm not saying all of feminism is bad, right? But they agree with all the extreme feminism. They agree with all this whole gender stuff, like letting men compete against women in every sport. It's all the same stuff and none of it makes sense, right? And she can't even say a straight answer. And then she mentioned a team sport, like that makes any difference. No matter what sport it is, men will dominate women in sport. Facts, all right? Biological fact. Everything. Can't even think of a sport where the best men versus the best women, the men are going to lose. Not going to happen. Even things like chess. Okay, that's not even an active sport, but men are better at chess. Darts. Everything. Come on, these are just facts. So I saw this. So Camden Schreiner, a male, wins first place in the women's 200-meter dash at the Liberty League Outdoor Track and Fields Championships, and he previously competed as a man, and guess what? He ranked 19th place. Since becoming trans, he has won multiple women's championships.
Okay, so we need to talk about this, okay? I actually have questions for all the college students all across the United States. So, you guys are able to collectively get together and protest something that's going on overseas. And again, I'm not putting down what's going on overseas. It's not something that we should not pay attention to or care about. But you guys won't protest to the fact that you guys can't buy houses. You guys can't get jobs after college. You guys are about to pay like 40% in capital gains tax if you guys even inherit your parents' house. And like literally, you guys have no money. Inflation's high. You guys can't even afford gas. Your future is and you guys aren't even protesting about it. You guys are protesting about some overseas.
Murdered in El Paso by a shooter who used the same language that you use in that manifesto when you say Hispanic invasion. Is that not?
I didn't say an Hispanic invasion.
And you quoted a tweet that called it a Hispanic invasion.
If I quote something, it doesn't mean I agree with everything in it.
Don Lemon living up to his name. This sums him up perfectly. Hitler liked Mickey Mouse, and you like Mickey Mouse. So tell me when you started loving Nazis so much.
75 years. That's how much time you get if you're lucky. 75 years. 75 winters, 75 springtimes, 75 summers, and 75 autumns. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot of time, is it? Don't waste them. Get your head out of the rat race and forget about the superficial things that preoccupy your existence and get back to what's important now. Right now, this very second. And I'm not saying drop everything and let the world come to a grinding halt. I'm saying that you can become a seeker. You can be loving more. You can be taking some chances. You can be living more. You can be spending more time with your family. You can be getting in touch with the part of you that lives instead of fears, the part of you that loves instead of hates.